Hi, my name is Elizabeth Zorn, and today I'm going to show you my RA story that I have written out about what I have done and reflect on my further experience as an RA. Where do we start? Well, my journey started on April 18th as I got an email saying that I had been hired as an RA. I remember the range of emotions of nervousness and excitement. I remember reflecting on what this job would mean for me. I remember thinking it was just another leadership role that I would take on because I had been a leader in my community with several clubs and organizations. But soon enough, I would realize that the RA position is just more than that. I found the leadership role is more than just leadership. I realized the RA position is not necessarily leadership, but becoming a role model as a leader. This to me is not telling others what to do, but facilitating learning while modeling by example. My RA position has taught me a lot, and here is how my journey is going so far. First, my RA position started out with a 2-week-long training. It was more than just a training, but teaching life skills that go with me throughout the job. These skills taught also helped me in my future. What I didn't realize at the time is the learner's mindset is something that they began teaching us. Learner's mindset is keeping an open mind that is eager to learn and allows for them to be open to new ideas. This new learner's mindset is important to an RA position because you never know what kind of situation is going to happen. You must keep an open mind and learn from the current situation. It has helped me realize that my community is also always changing. You have to adapt to this new environment and try to continue to engage your residents while your floor might be changing its tone. And my floor energy changed getting close to midterms. I noticed that my residents were super excited and super outgoing and always out of the dorm, being involved in clubs and being involved in academics and other events that I just didn't see them a lot. But closer to midterms, I noticed that almost all my residents were in the dorms studying and working hard. And I thought to myself, what can I do to accommodate to their needs? And I realized that they didn't want to go to a long floor event because they wanted to study. So I created like a 5-minute dance party. So everyone got a study break, but they could connect with the other residents on the floor. And so this is how I adapted my floor tradition, Adventure Tuesdays, to fit to my residents' needs. By this new learner's mindset in training was taught, but it's also been reinforced in the RA class. I was able to adapt to my floor event to be able to adapt to my floor needs. Since day one, I wanted to become a role model as a leader by greeting everyone as they moved in. And I walked around and talked to not only each of my residents, but my residents' families, because I wanted to start this open, inclusive environment. By introducing yourselves, you start to facilitate this open environment, which shows that you want to have this inclusive excellence environment by creating these relationships and allowing and listening to their opinion, their life, and their life story. In order to have an inclusive, excellent environment, my community does this through like passive events like my potty talks and my bulletin boards, but also more direct events like my floor event that's Adventure Tuesdays and floor dinners with my faculty fellow. Later in the semester, I decided to add a whiteboard to discuss their opinions on different subjects, and it has been really successful, and my residents have realized they really like this, and they're really open to sharing their opinions with everyone, and it's like this 5-second break where they can share their opinions, but be open to everyone. The most memorable question I made was about the holidays that each of my residents celebrate. And nobody was shy to tell me what holidays they wanted to celebrate. And this information I'm going to use to educate them more about other holidays that they might not celebrate and educate them and celebrate them with my residents. This has created a more inclusive environment on my floor so that everyone knows that their voices have been heard. And so here is an example of my whiteboard, and it says, what holidays do you celebrate? And then it has Christmas and these tallies, and then it has Kwanzaa and these tallies, and all of these different holidays that everyone celebrates. And another thing that I did was, for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I put this down, and I had residents write their stories of loved ones that they could share with the residents, and they could write their story and their memories of them, and so that we could all get to know each other and realize that we went through the same kind of things. So the Purdue educational priority is students will engage with learning-centered environments that promote self-authorship, connection, and intellectual curiosity. I've seen the educational priority used in the track that Owen uses. Our hall went to the Rainbow Callout as a track event. This provided residents to connect with others that have common interests. It created self-authorship by identifying with who they are and what they wanted to be involved with by going to different clubs on campus. And it also provided residents with intellectual curiosity because it pushed them to think more about the event at a deeper level, and Residential Life had a booth there that many of my residents said they thought deeper into what they were being said and what the event was really about. Overall, this is not the only way that I have seen the track, but I've seen it on my own floor events and through my bulletin boards, potty talks, and some of them provide all of the educational priority, like the Rainbow Callout, and others just provide one or two. In my journey as an RA, I have continued to write my path. As an RA, it is something to continue to challenge me to be better and to do better. It helps me write my story of who I am and what I want to be. In a situation, I can use my critical thinking skills to know what to do. In a meeting and talking to residents, I continue to create life skills that I can create who I am, but I also contribute to my residents' story, which adds another page in their book. I help write their learning by role model. As a leader, I encourage residents to be a part of our community to help create their identity. This helps residents find a place in their own community. This overall job has helped create connections for me, and for me, connections are the most important part of my job, because you start to create relationships on your floor, which allows them to come to floor events and creates a better community and a better environment. Several of my girls came up to me and was like, we really want to do a trick-or-treating on the floor, and that was because they wanted to be part of the community. In residential life, connections are important as well. If residents are creating connections, it shows us that they're creating friendships, and that means they're doing well in college. But this is important for us to know as well, because we want residents to connect to the College of Purdue. So later in life, they'll connect with us, and they will be more likely to come back. They'll support Purdue. And this means for them to look at Purdue University fondly and connect with Purdue throughout our lives. Overall, my RA career has been pretty great, and I've enjoyed every single minute of it. And I can't wait to see what the rest of my career will hold. And so far, that has been my story about my RA life. And so I hope you enjoyed.
I like her just holding up Dandy. Here, what's other?
Thank you.